All right, round two. Just recorded this whole thing, and guess what? My mic was not on. So, take two. I am not who you think I am. I'm not who I think I am. You are not who you think you are, and you're absolutely not who I think you are. So, what are we doing? Today's chat is going to be about how this realization can either liberate you or leave you quite disturbed and scared of people. Point blank. So, if we can agree upon our true essence, right, the one thing that's never changing, constantly there, we can point to in this existence is awareness, right? That's what we all are. That is our true self, just awareness. No stories, no concepts, no anything. And that awareness we can get to through a few different modalities, right? Meditation, practicing stillness, some of these things. But we won't ever live in that fully. But that is the true essence of who we are, right? If we can agree upon that, then we can also agree upon that we won't ever purely be there in this existence because we're human. At least I assume you're human. You might be an alien, you might be cyborg, etc. But you are something other than that as well. And that's what I want to talk about today, is this idea that we're never actually meeting anyone. We're only meeting ourselves again and again and again. And it can feel like you're stuck in a haunted house of mirrors. It feels like you're stuck in there and there's no way out until you understand some of these things. But also, these realizations can be very destabilizing. Because once you realize that you're never actually meeting anyone, you're never actually sitting with anyone, all you're really doing is just meeting yourself through concepts, through assumptions, through projections. And we're going to play this out. So let's say I meet someone completely brand new. They meet me. You know what's happening in our brains? And this gets harder the older we get. It gets harder because we have more information. We have more information in our brain, more experiences that we're pointing to, more pattern recognition. And with all that being said, we are making judgments quickly. We are noticing patterns quickly, but it's all mirage. It's all just stories to keep us safe. Because if we're meeting someone truly brand new, you know what happens automatically is we start building a construct in our brain of who they are. We decide if they're safe. We decide if we like certain things about them. We subconsciously look for comfortability. Comfortability really just means resonance, and resonance really does not mean shit, because you can resonate with someone based on past pain. You can resonate someone on, your values, perceived values, right? So unless we're resonating on the level of pure awareness, then it's all just mirages, because everything's consistently changing and everything's always moving. So when you break it down, you're getting to know someone, they're getting to know you. It's almost like you're both wearing a costume and you're getting to know the costume. That's it. That's all it is. But we try to find safety and security in that, but we can't, because that is always ever changing. The ego, the perceptions, it's always going to be ever changing. Because it is not consistent. It is not truth. It is like water. Or maybe it's not like water. I don't know what I'm saying. We're going to retract that I said that. It's just always our perceptions and our assumptions. We fill in the blanks. We want certainty. We want understanding. And we do this from a place of wanting safety, because when people are stable in this projection we have, then we feel safe with them. And when they're unstable in this projection we have, we deem them as unsafe. But that's not even what's really going on. The mechanisms behind it is we're only reacting off things that have some sort of meaning, some sort of importance, right, in our existence. My foot just went asleep. And the only importance we give are to the things that have some sort of charge. When there's no charge, it means nothing. Like if I don't care, for instance, what someone eats for food, then there's going to be no reaction, right, to what they eat if I don't care about these things myself? But since I do care about things I consume, this becomes a point of importance for me and resonance, right? And that example can be taken to anything. So what are we actually doing when we're meeting someone? Well, we're getting a mirror back to ourselves. We're getting to see what we see as important, what we're disturbed by. We get to see areas that we're still able to be triggered. And this can be exhausting because you keep getting that mirror back to you. And it becomes less exhausting when you understand that it's all just showing you where there's imbalance within yourself. Because if there was pure balance, I don't even know what that would look like, right? Like if you're just pure, you're both just pure awareness. Like there's no importance for one. There would have to be no importance. It would just be neutral. There would be no concepts. You would, so okay, what I'm imagining in my mind is you would both just be awareness. You would basically be the same thing. You'd be the same thing. So maybe that in a sense is very beautiful, and it takes us back to that ultimate truth. And you can feel purely one with another in that sense, because there is no separation. There is no differences. There's no importance. And maybe that's a beautiful thing to strive towards, but it doesn't help in this reality where a lot of us won't get to that. We'll get glimpses of it for sure, right? Especially if you lean into some of these things. You just naturally do. But when we interact with the world, I think for me, a few main things that I like to focus on is I don't want to feel caged. And the only way we ever feel caged is by concepts and these ideas, and feeling like we don't have any say, we don't have any influence on our lives. But we absolutely do, because every reflection we get back is something that we can tweak within ourselves. And not to say we have to change for people. People don't matter. People don't matter in your life. They truly don't, because that's exactly what I'm getting at. It all just comes back to you. Every relationship starts with you. Every concept, any way you're looking at the world, any belief, anything, it just always goes back to you. And in society, we demonize being selfish, but that's what you should be. You should be thinking about how you're interacting. What's coming back to you? What's coming back, you know? And we tweak ourselves not to fit better into society, but to have less pain and less conflict, to have peace. You know, when I sit with myself, admittedly right now I have a few different things coming up, and I'm so grateful. I am so grateful because I know it's time. I know it's time that I feel safe to express some of these things. My anger is coming back online, and I'm trying to funnel it. You know, sometimes it's very uncomfortable. It feels like my chest is going to explode. And I don't know if it's like the health thing I have going on, or if I'm like legit just processing stuff. I assume the latter, so I'm letting it happen. But all of these things, they're just trying to point us back to ultimate awareness, to non-attachment, to bliss, peace. Peace is bliss. You know, people, this is one thing that like bothers me, because I know that this existence is not like that. And I like to sit with why this bothers me so much. But, you know, we look for happiness. Like one thing that really bugs me is when I hear of people's stories of why they're not in a relation. When I know it's their level of consciousness, but it irks me. It's like, to think you're going to break up with someone because you're not happy. Like, what do you mean? Like, what is, like, I totally get it, because I kind of get it. I used to think like that, like, oh, I'm not happy, you know, I'm going to break up with this person, yada, yada. Like, what? Happiness is so fleeting, and it's not even, well, it's not sustainable for one. And two, it's like, you can't get that from someone. You can desire less conflict, right? I think that makes way more sense. Maybe that's what people get at or mean, you know, when they say that. But to think like I need to siphon my happiness from someone, or if this person doesn't give me, that sustained thing, then what? It's kind of like when you're early in a relationship. You know how like it's so good for everyone mostly, like it's the honeymoon phase for a reason. It's because it's because people haven't deviated from the projection too far yet. You've put them in this place that they haven't been able to fail you yet. But it's all you. It's you getting you back. It's it's you. It's all you. And then when they inevitably don't fit the mold, right? That's also you. Because you put these conditions on them, you put these assumptions, and we do it. We just do it. We do it for safety. We do it for so many things. We do it in this world where we have so many concepts. We've developed in such a way that like we need all these concepts. We have words for everything. We talk about things. There's concepts on concepts on concepts. But it reduces peace the more we lean into these concepts and we can't just kind of let go. Like I've gotten to a place that I am so chill. I am like so chill. But what I've noticed is I have to protect my peace, because as chill as I am in the place I'm at in my own development, I can't entertain people that are not at my consciousness level or consciousness level or higher, because you can't bring someone into your state of awareness. They have to do it for themselves. They have to go through all the things that you've gone through. They've had to look at all the things. And I'm not saying this from like an egotistical place. It's just what I've realized energetically. These things you have to learn. You have to be so fed up with your own pain and your own distortions that you lean into these things, these concepts. And you have to have, the whole self-love thing, self-compassion. You have to lean into that. Otherwise you won't see how you're hurting yourself with your own perceptions, And it's always like you're trying to get yourself back to it, right? You're trying to get yourself back into this state of peace and awareness. And honestly, have a lot of faith, because you'll become to where it's like you can always come back to it. It's a home within yourself. It's like you come back to that, and then you go do your things, right? You go mess with the mirror reflections, and then you come back, and then you go again, and then you come back. This life is pretty magical, in so many ways. And yeah, I just feel for a lot of people that are stuck in so much suffering and loops. I mean, I have my own, right? I definitely have my own, but I can remember before I remembered, I can remember before remembering. And that pain, the pain just changes, right? It's one kind of pain. Oh, I don't know. Sometimes I sit in that pain, though. Sometimes I absolutely sit in that pain and let it wash over me. So anyways, hopefully this chat didn't leave you too disturbed. Love to hear your thoughts. Yeah, this reality is very interesting, isn't it? It's quite a journey we're all on just to get back to this reality is interesting. Because if we're all just getting back to a place of awareness, it's like there is no like imagine all the dynamics just going away and everyone is just like kumbaya. But there's no like, I don't know, like the idea of it, like I can imagine the feeling in my head, and I can feel it in the heart space. So here I've done a lot of work in realizing where I've been stuck in my head and trying to be more grounded in my body, and intentionally, it's with intention that some of these things come online, and focus. And I can feel it in my heart space when I think about going back into awareness. Like if I was sitting in a room with a few people that had this pure awareness and we all could hold it, almost like we're all like, channeling together. it feels like you would be pulled from the heart space into this like beautiful hum, you know, in the same sense as when, if you've ever chanted, right? I've gone to a lot of different religions like Hinduism, Sikhism, and they do a lot of chanting, right? And in that, you feel this hum in your body. It's the same thing. That is the feeling that I imagined it would feel like if you were in a room of people that all were holding pure awareness as a state of consciousness. Is beautiful. It's so beautiful that the feeling that comes up makes me want to cry. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. And no, I haven't been there. I'm not talking from experience. I have not felt that, but I can imagine what it feels like, right? Imagine. Because I felt it within me. I have felt moments where I've just been awareness. Is it sustainable? No, not really. I mean, like I say, I go in and out. Anyways, thanks so much for watching. Definitely interesting thoughts. Would love to hear your thoughts on it, and I will see you when I see you. Take care.